All right, welcome back, everybody, to our 95th episode of our Madden 25 Connected Franchise Own Fantasy Draft Buffalo Bills Ralph Wilson YouTube series. I am Tuxedo T-shirt, and I want to welcome you back. Yesterday, on Thursday, we suffered a loss in the playoffs to Cam Newton and the Denver Broncos. The Broncos came in, they conquered. There was just nothing we could do to limit the effectiveness of Denver's offensive attack. We threw a costly interception, and we had Vontae Davis, one of our defensive backs, drop what could have potentially been a game-saving interception. We lost a fumble, whereas we were unable to pick up either of the fumbles we forced. It's one of those games, and some of the feedback. First of all, I was disappointed with myself at the end of that video. I was hoping to. I was planning to take a break from this series regardless of the outcome of this game or this season. However, I was hoping to kind of end off this series of this or season of this series on a better note than an early playoff exit. However, the reality, and I got to admit, I did for a short time after recording the video consider not saving and replaying the game and giving it another go. The reality is, I decided that this was the better way to do it. I decided that we needed to keep the game the way it was. We needed to move on a little bit, because if this series becomes about skipping over the realism and focusing just on the glorious side of the game where you win everything, then it becomes boring. And I figured it was best to keep it, as much as, again, the result was disappointing. It was honest, and that's more important sometimes, I guess, than being necessarily exactly what you want. And so with that being said, I was just thinking I would give us a little refresher about some of the guys. I don't think we're going to do any player progression right now because that seems kind of empty given the situation with the series. However, I want to hear from you guys. First of all, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me through these 95 episodes. You guys are amazing. Just about 36 hours ago, my channel went over 1,000 subscribers, and all of you guys deserve a personal thank you for myself. You guys are the reason I put this content together, and I gotta be honest, it never feels like a chore. Doing this series and continuing with my channel never feels like work. It brings me genuine enjoyment. 99% of the feedback I get is extremely positive, and the other 1%, if the person phrases it in such a way that is helpful, I say, oh wow, that's such a great idea. Why did I never think of that? And if the person's just being a dick, well, hey, this is the internet. That's partly what it's here for, and you just have to ignore those comments and keep moving on, because again, 99% of you guys are awesome. So thank you so much for supporting this series, through supporting this channel. This channel, though this series is going on an indefinite hiatus, this channel is not. This channel, we will be back on Monday with a new series. In the new series, I'm going to reveal the details of that here for the first time. This series will be Madden 25. So if you are a Madden 25 fan, which I assume you are given that you're watching this video, it will be a Madden 25 series. It will be a simulation series, so I will not be playing live action games. It will be a management series, so to speak, where I rebuild a team from bottom to top. And I decided to take on the ultimate challenge that the NFL landscape currently poses in terms of perennially miserable teams in the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I want you guys to tune in on Monday. The goal will be to do one video a week. So Monday will be the first installment of our Jacksonville Jaguars series. And the way that this series is going to work, I'm going to put a cap on this series. Now, the way it's going to work is I'm going to give myself 5 seasons, 5 full seasons of Jacksonville Jaguar football on all Madden. I'm going to practice the practices so I get all the developmental points. However, I'm not going to play any of the games. The games are all simulated, everything's simulated, and I want to see if I can build that team to Super Bowl glory. So that will be the series. 5 seasons, probably 3 videos a season. 1 video at the beginning of the year, 1 at the midway point, so you guys can check in, see what the team's record is, see how the players have progressed, and then 1 at a check-in at the end of the season to see how things are going. And if the team makes the playoffs, then that video or all of those videos I will record live. So as we, if we're in the playoffs, I'll record live, and we'll get to see the live results together, which will be a lot of fun. It'll be different than the current season we're doing, and that we're wrapping up right here. However, it will. I think it'll be a lot of fun and something that we all enjoy. It'll be a little different. Also, 2 things. 1, if you look in the description of this video, you'll find a link to the JPEG for this for the thumbnail of this video. I thought some people might want to use it as a screensaver. So if you've enjoyed this series, and again, I can't thank you guys enough. There's still about 200-300 people who, no matter what, within the first 24 hours of my video being up. Actually, that's another thing. One of the most amazing things about uploading this series has been, it doesn't matter when I upload, if it's 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, midnight, whatever. Whenever that video is uploaded, I'll check back, to make sure it's uploaded properly. It's been up for 3 minutes, and it already has 8 views and 3 likes, and your dedication to this series is so great. So I thought some people might want that for a screensaver, so I have that. Just check the link in the description below to download that JPEG file. And the second thing is there's also a link to a little survey, and the survey is my way of giving you guys the control over the future of this series. If you guys would like to see this series end and be done right here, this is the end of the Buffalo Bills, that's all right with me. Let me know in the survey. I will check up on it routinely. So it doesn't matter if you're watching this, the day this video is released, or if you're watching it 6 months from now, I'll check back. And if you guys think this series should end, we won't bring it back. That's cool. If you guys think it should come back exactly the way it was, then let me know too. I'm not opposed to bringing it back, provided there's enough interest and people want to keep watching, because it is a big time commitment to dedicate 50 videos a season to this series. On the other side of things, if you would like to kind of meet in the middle somewhere, I think this series should continue, but not exactly the way it was functioning this season, then let me know that as well. And feel free to send me personal messages here on YouTube, send me tweets, send me anything to give me feedback for what you guys want, because that's my job as a content provider, is to give you guys exactly what it is you'd like to see from this series. The other thing and last thing I thought we could do today would be to just simulate the rest of the playoffs and see who wins the Super Bowl in this video, so that we all get a little bit of closure. So we're just going to advance week to the conference finals, and from there see what the Super Bowl matchup is. Or I guess what the 2 conference championship matchups are. And we'll go on from there. As this is loading, on the one hand, right after recording the video for yesterday, I felt disappointed in that, we weren't going to win back-to-back Super Bowls. But at the same time, the more that time has gone since I recorded the video, I feel kind of good. And look at this. So the Broncos are playing at the Jets. The Saints are playing at the Eagles. Eagles and Saints, that's going to be a Drew Brees, Russell Wilson matchup. Very exciting. Broncos and Jets, that's Cam Newton and Ben Roethlisberger. The 2 wild card teams in the playoffs. The Jets, after all that, host the AFC championship game. And we're not going to play the Pro Bowl. I personally don't have any interest in playing the Pro Bowl. I don't like the Pro Bowl in real life. I'm not going to play the Pro Bowl here. Despite the fact that we do have a lot of our Bills players there, I just want to get us to the Super Bowl. And as you can see in the top right-hand corner of the screen, we currently have $164 million down to 162. But the Buffalo Bills, who are in real life in a bit of trouble, let's be honest here. They're not doing too well. They don't have any plans for a new stadium that they desperately need. They're not doing super overly hot, so to speak. What we were able to do in this series is bring them a gorgeous new stadium, bring them their first championship ever. And for that reason, I don't feel necessarily sad about not winning a championship this year. And as you can see, the postseason Super Bowl matchup is Broncos and Saints. So fortunately for us, our arch nemesis, the Jets, lose to the Broncos 31-26. And I can't say I'm totally shocked that the Broncos are riding this one all the way to the Super Bowl. The Broncos, of course, unbelievably good against us in the AFC divisional playoff game, and we can advance a week here, and that should leave the Super Bowl to have been played. We're advancing to the off season right here, and again, as you guys said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this game while right after we're done recording, so that this franchise is saved, and if in the future you want me to pick it up, this will be the screen that loads right here. The first off-season screen will be the first thing that I and we see when we bring this back. If we want to bring it back, again, it's up to us depending on how things roll. So here we go. We can go to league, we can go to schedule, and here under league schedule, we'll see between New Orleans and Denver who took the Super Bowl. And the winner was the Broncos. So the team that eliminates us goes on to take the title. That, to me, that almost removes the sting completely. The Broncos this season, unlike real life, we're destined here in this season to win the Super Bowl, win the big title. So there we go. That brings us some closure. The Broncos, the team that eliminated us, go on to defeat the Jets and the Saints en route to their I think third franchise Super Bowl victory. Third, I think that's correct. If I'm incorrect, please. And then Drew Brees walks away from the NFL. Interesting stuff. Probably still had Charles Woodson coming out every time. Oh, Madden, you are hilarious sometimes. So that is our series, guys. Again, one day we could pick this up, but in the meantime, it is being brought to a close. So thank you so much for joining me today and always. Until next time, on Monday with the brand new series, I Am Tuxedo t-shirt. Again, much love from me on my part of things. Looking forward to seeing you guys on Monday. And until then, I'm out.